What's going on, guys? It's me, and I am actually in the same place we last saw each other, New York City. Remember, I was like saying, man, I really wish I could work here someday. Like, the New York City lifestyle is just like so, I'm in love with it, and I want to experience it, and I want to be in it, and I want to live in it. And fast forward a couple months, and here I am. I'm actually in a photo studio where I'm now working, which I'm very, very excited to say. I'm working at a photo studio in Brooklyn, to be exact. And after that last video that you saw, I took a trip with some friends up to the New York Catskill Mountains, and we rented a cabin deep in the woods, and I had an experience there that changed my mindset and really made me confront a lot of fears that I had about my future and my current predicament at work and school and all that. And it woke me up, and it brought me back to reality, and I was a completely new person, and I had a mission. I came back from that trip on a fucking mission to succeed and to take myself out forcefully out of the situation that I was in that was resulting me in so much anguish and sadness and confusion. And I developed a plan. I said, okay, what do I need to do? I need to get a job, another job besides the liquor store, that would give me some money and help me pay off some debt. That'll take care of my debt worries. I also need to finish school, and I would need to find a job at a studio somewhere, ideally New York. Fine. I come back. A job actually finds me at a brewery in Jersey, which I actually still work at. It's called Magnify Brewing. Shout out to y'all the best. Anyway, I got a job there. That really helped me get rid of a lot of debt, which was great. Perfect. One step, done. Put the energy out there, it'll come back to you. Awesome. Step number 2, find a studio. Find a studio. Wow, that was probably the most difficult out of all. And it didn't even have anything to do with money, or like, it was just like finding someone that would fucking hire me to do whatever work that needed to be done around the studio. How difficult could it be? Very difficult, as it turns out. I was sending emails every fucking day, it seems like, and I was sending emails to studios in the city, like here in fucking Jersey, all over the place, Connecticut even. Nothing. I was like, I don't know what it is. Like, am I not a good photographer? Do I not appreciate my images? I didn't understand why, and I was losing faith. And I did lose faith. And it wasn't until I was put on to this book, The Alchemist, right when I was hitting my low once again. A friend that I hadn't seen since high school, pretty much, was meeting up with a friend that I was hanging out with that same day. And we all got together in the same place, which was my job. They were gonna hang out and do something fun while I had to go to the liquor store and work till fucking 10 at night. So that was, I wish I could say that was the only time that happened, but that job came between a lot of cool experiences that the old me wasn't willing to sacrifice some time at work to go and fucking live life, you know? But anyway, we met up there, and we're talking, and like we give each other a big hug, and we're discussing like our what we've been through and our ups and downs and worries and triumphs and failures. And she saw that I was feeling unmotivated, and so she recommended me this book, and that book was called The Alchemist. And I credit this book to me developing the balls to actually dive in and follow my dreams and seek out my passions without any fear of the exterior world. What will depict my success and my failures, all is within me. Everything that will determine whether you're going to fail or succeed is all inside of you. It's all inside of each of us. We have the power to wield our fucking futures, grab our future by the fucking throat and tell it, I'm coming for you. And that's essentially what the book is. Not as vulgar as how I put it, but the book essentially tells you if you put your trust in the universe, it wants us to succeed. If we put our trust in it, it will in turn bring that energy back to us and make sure that shit happens for us to get to where we want to get. But we have to trust in it first. And I read it and I got back on the fucking horse and I kept emailing. I went back to emailing. So to give you back like a little timeline. So when I had that trip in the forest and I came out with so much motivation, about a month went by where I was trying, where I got the job at the brewery and I was emailing, and it was a month after that trip that when things weren't resulting, when I wasn't getting emails back, is when I started to taper off and my motivation started to lack. So I would say maybe a total of 2 months after the trip is when I finished reading The Alchemist, and is when I started to send emails once again. And once I did, I was sending emails with a whole new rejuvenated, positive mindset, and I was emailing with such enthusiasm. And if I got meetings here and there, and I went into those meetings knowing if this doesn't work out, fuck it. I know something else will pop up eventually. If this isn't the one for me, the one for me will eventually find me. And with that mentality, I went forward and I went to meetings and I met people, and they didn't result in an internship or in a job, but it was experience. But I kept going forward. And eventually, one email that I sent out came back, and I met with the dude right here, where I'm sitting right now, and I got the job. Essentially, and I was still in school, and I told him I won't be finished with school for like a month and a half still, so I can't really work until then. And he was like, cool, man, that's all right. And I was on top of the fucking world. Success. Finally, things are connecting, everything's coming together. So that happened, a month and a half went by, I finished with fucking school. Success. I finished with school. I quit my job at the liquor store. They were pretty upset to see me go, but I tried to explain to them as best as I could that I needed to follow my dreams, and I was done letting that job get in between. And so I quit there. I stayed at the brewery. I'm still working there now. And I'm here at the studio. So I started working here officially middle of May, end of June, around that time, and I fucking got on the horse and went at it, man. In June, which was my first month here, I shot, I believe, 3 people, which isn't much at all, but compared to the 7 months that I went shooting prior to that, the 7 months that I went without shooting prior to that, 3 shoots is pretty good. And then that's June, and then July, I shot a total of 9 girls, or 8 girls, regardless. That is quite a bit. So I've been pretty busy, and I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully later on this month, August, I'll be shooting in LA, we'll see, but I don't want to jinx it. Fuck it, never mind. I didn't say shit. I don't want to jinx it. Forget I said anything. September, I'm going to Peru. That is not to shoot or not to work. That is to take some time to gather my thoughts and come back with a more narrow vision and more defined path, or a defined path of action, a more defined route to get to where I want to be. And so that's September, and then October I come back, and then in October I also leave to Paris once again. Ideally, hopefully, I will take the hope out of your vocabulary, Mitch. Remember, I will shoot some models when I'm out there in Paris. Paris, man. I've been wanting to go to Paris since I was a child. It's a fucking dream come true. A pending dream come true, because it's still not here, but it will be here soon enough. And yeah, I'm fucking working. I'm going broke at it, but listen, I'm doing what I love, and it's an investment that I'm making in myself, in my future, in my dreams. This will all pay off in the end. I trust in that. And you should trust in it too. You should be dedicating your life to what it is you want to do, because that's the only way I see that we could ever be truly, through and through, happy, is if we're content with what it is that we're doing. And that's a universal truth. To be really happy, you have to be doing what it is that excites you the most. And that's about it, man. Read The Alchemist. I'm done with school, but I'm not done learning. I'm trying to read more often. The Alchemist was the first book that I actually read cover to cover in my adult life. It's only 150 pages, so it's not very long. It's a short read, but the message it sends is so impactful. I'm reading The War of Art right now. This is a really, really good book. It speaks to the same message that The Alchemist does, which is just following your fucking dreams and ignoring the fear, ignoring the resistance, the fear, all that shit. Fuck the ego. Kill that motherfucker. He doesn't want you to follow this unstructured life or unsecure path. The ego does not want you to go on that. But actually, that in turn is actually where the gold is, where the gold mine is, where your happy is when you go down that path that you're not so sure of. But as long as your dream is at the end of that path, that's the fucking route that we should be going, in my humble opinion. So yeah, know what you want, think of a plan, execute, and trust that things will fall into place. And things will be alright. Yeah, actually, I forgot to also mention that... Actually, I'll save this for another video. Never mind. To end it off, if you guys have any questions for me, I mean, I appreciate you checking in and updating yourselves on what I've been up to recently. Update me on what you've been up to. Let me know if I know you, if I don't know you, if I know you a little bit, if I know you a lot, doesn't fucking matter. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys are going through and how you see life from your perspective, what you're struggling with right now. If there's anything I can do to help, if it's photography related, even better, but if it's not, it's just the same. If I can help in any way, please don't feel intimidated to ask. Because at the end of it all, we're all in this shit together. Whether you don't know me, I don't know you, whether we're not on the best of terms, whether we are on the best of terms, no matter. Like, I wish the best for you all, honestly. I try to live a life free of malice and free of drama and free of negativity. So as long as, if you don't feel negative toward me, I don't feel negative towards you. If you feel negative toward me, I try my best not to feel negatively towards you. So everything starts with a conversation. and I encourage you guys to start a conversation with me, if you wish, of course. And that's about it. Thank you guys for checking in. Hopefully we will be going on some more adventures together. I mean, those trips that are coming up, hopefully LA, definitely Peru, and definitely Paris, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me. I'd really like to be more open with my life and the things that I do on a weekly basis, and share that stuff with you so we can learn from each other, and then I can look back to myself through these videos, and I get to look back in time pretty much. Like, I watch the videos that I recorded before, and I see the person that I was back then. Excuse me, business is calling. Studio work. Yo.